I've just been talking to myself and I've not been live. How about that? Welcome everybody. This is the 4 p.m. sway and stretch time. Because I've just been speaking to myself for 2 minutes, having thought I'd pressed live, it did give me the 3-2-1, but maybe when I changed it from a very weak Wi-Fi signal to a much better 4G signal, maybe I lost you. It kicked me off the air. But I did proceed to continue talking to myself for another 2 minutes, having not been live. I've got a feeling there was just a small fly in there as well. I may have just got a little bit of protein from. Right, everyone, I'll give a couple of minutes. I'll let people possibly looking for me, trying to find me, and then we'll get started. So welcome, 4 p.m. time, sway and stretch time. Lovely afternoon at the moment. There were 11 eggs waiting for us in the chicken coop. We've had a great weekend. We have survived. It did look a bit touch and go at some points whilst we were out and about. The cabin club was absolutely on point, brilliant. The bar that we ended up in last night was not. I was very much a bit of a music snob last night. And I tell you what, in the good old city of Liverpool's, there weren't half some states out last night. There was some very, very, there was a lot of flesh on show that perhaps you and I perhaps thought shouldn't have been. Everyone to their own, of course. Liverpool was great. We've drank far too much over this weekend. I'm definitely teetotaling it for at least a month, I reckon. From this point, Bob didn't get in till 3 o'clock this morning. I think I was in at about 1:30. I thought, I'm out of here. I've just, enough's enough. So he stayed out with a few of the lads, and just slept most of the way home as I drove home. But yeah, really, really, really good weekend. So hopefully we're going to be able to get stuck into our sway and stretch. Hopefully you're not going to be too jittery with the connection. But here we are, 3-2-1, afternoon and welcome. This is a 4 p.m. This is a sway and stretch. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton. A very big thank you to Bex for holding the fort for me, and doing quite a few extra movement snacks from Friday to today. Today, talking about today's, it's definitely Sunday, 14th, 15th, 16th. It's the 16th of June 2024. Right, come on, let's have a look. Where are we pointing? Let's go there. And although sometimes not a great option because it's a bit more unsteady and stable for external support, choose something that's maybe a bit more fixed and rigid and solid than the back of a chair. Fingertips onto your support, lift and lengthen. I'm just a little bit cautious about my toes. It wouldn't surprise me if they went in and thought it was something nice to eat. So stand tall best you can, unless you've got any chickens around your feet that might be threatening. Go into a march, and if you're in seated, take a bit of a hip walk forwards, lifting and shifting the hips, progressing your way to the front of your seat. And everything happens here with the foot pedals, leg marches, bringing in the arm swings. Maybe you want one arm in at a time or both together. See how you feel. Especially in standing, you may have a bit of coordination to consider, a bit of balance to consider as well. But bend those elbows so you can press the elbow back. Keep your arms quite tight to your body in your arm swings, and you're getting the best movement from your shoulders here. Keep going. This takes about 3 minutes or so. Warming you up gradually, steadily also increasing the breathing rate, and there'll be a light lift of heart rate as well. Definitely not strenuous or massively effortful, just lifting everything, and helped along with a bit of sun hitting the black clothing. A nice feeling of warmth and temperature in the body. Good to inform our stretches with. But first of all, we'll go into the sway routine. So steady yourself down, take a pause, just enjoy a couple of really long, deep breaths there. And then stand secure, lift and spread your toes, soften into your knees, lift up through the trunk, feeling a bit taller, and chest feels open, shoulders back and down. So a few kind of checkpoint landmarks for you there. Now with our sway routine, we did a rippling arm effect. One arm, one side leads, the other side follows it up. Let's just do one more here. Now I've led right, left there, so I shall now lead left, right. Let's just do one more here. And then we took a bit of a sweeping move. So if you remember, after a ripple of your arms, you took a deep breath in and breathing out, bend into the knees, breathe out, let your arms push behind you, and then return back, stand tall. Let's have a go on that on the other side. Breathe in first to prepare. Into the knees, just have a look around the corner there, and then slowly come back. You might prefer to hold on to your external support and just push one arm back. Sometimes turning, twisting, leaning, changing gaze can affect your steadiness. In seated, just do that a couple more times, one more on each side. The feet stay flat and it's a trunk turn. So that's really what we're going to be getting up to with the arms. Have a go at that. Breathe in and ripple the arms. Take that a second time through. Then just take a pause. Breathe in. There's the breathe out. There's a slow, long movement pushing out behind you. And then onto the second side. Take a moment and breathe. Now when we get to adding in the legs, that pause just gives you a moment to organise and think which foot you're stepping forwards with, and it just gives you a little bit of a link from one move to the next. So with the legs, we can take a ripple through our heels as well as through our arms. So there. Just have a go at that. It may provide you with a bit of a balance challenge. So just be aware of that coming up. And then we're going to add a step in as well. So as you breathe in, you'll step forwards and then push the arms behind you. and then come back to base. You might have your feet slightly turned out as you step. So have a go at that. Just maybe take a smaller movement so that you can get your left leg stepping forwards and the left sweep to the side. So the smaller and less twisty turny looking behind you of a move, the less of a balance challenge you may experience. Let's go from the top. Follow this up all in seated, but maybe in the absence of a step, just stay tall and push back and sweep back from there. But ripple the heels when you're ready. So up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. Take a deep breath in. Stepping with the right leg, sweeping with the right side. And then you can bring your arms up through and back down any way you like, onto the second side. This is a left-right lead for me. Take that breath to prepare for the step if you're adding it in. And this is a left step and a left sweep. And you can bring that all the way through into a fuller reach if you like. Just carry on with that, moving through the ripple. 2 of those. I'm just going to take a wave down this time. Free your arms to do whatever you like as you recover from that sweeping, turning movement. Breathe in, step, I'm going to do that little swish and sway on the way down. Oh look, I've done a swish and a sway from right side to left side here too. Last time through. Prepare for the step, if you're putting the step in, that is. And if you want, just change the arm movements to just freestyle that. And the final time, which is for me, a left-right lead, a left side sweep. That includes a step if you want it. And it might include a bit of a wavy, swishy, swayy thing on the way down. All right, and I'm in my favourite place to stretch from seated. Being standing if you like, but just feel steady in your standing position. If you're feeling challenged with your balance at all whilst trying to stretch, then chances are you may not be getting the fullest stretch possible. So sit tall first. Let's lift, sit with the chest open, then track the arms back to open the chest further. That can be with your hands just tucked into your back pockets, squeezing your shoulder blades together, imagining you're drawing the elbows to try and get them closer together round the back. The shoulder blades are doing the same. Stretch felt in the chest, of course, and in and around the front of your shoulder area. Great for posture, lifted posture, better breathing capacity, a bit more oxygen in on breathing, a bit more space for breathing as well. Make you feel standing tall and more confident in your posture. Relax there. Okay, so heading into the upper side. So find your hand to your shoulder. Again, take this all the way through from your sitting position. So it lifts up, rib cage comes up and away, stays up and away as the arm reaches over and back. Find your shoulder, your neck, the back of your head. Think of when the actions are needed to take your arms up and over the head, whether it's reaching to body parts behind you, bits and pieces there, or whether it's into higher reaching. Position here lends itself to turning over, lying down as well, sideways lying. Up into a full side stretch if you would like it. That could be a guided double arm, double side stretch there, if you prefer. Let's head on to the other side then. So, from your worstest posture into your bestest posture, feel the lift, feel the space, hand to the shoulder, feel around, where can you get to? Where does the stiffness and restriction kick in? Can you take it any much further without it being painful and without feeling kind of crunched over and the head kind of chin down here somewhere? Can you do all of that, take it a bit further with the best posture you can be in? That can turn into a single arm reach. You might want to support yourself here. If you're in standing, a slightly wider position of your feet, or a double arm reach. Maybe to guide the side that might be that bit stiffer than the other. Okay, job done there. Leg stretch. Back of thigh stretch for me, always better done in seated. We can remove the possible balance challenge in standing, and we can also have a bit more coordination as well. So leg out long and straight. Just check your position. Lift up tall and then hinge forwards. Some of you might be able to get your feet, your toes down with your heel on the floor. Some of you may just have your heel on the floor and your foot just hanging there relaxed. We're talking about straight lines here, so straight line through the leg. Try not to have a kink in the road here, and a straight line through your back. There are a couple of subtle curves in there, but nothing too rounded. And you're getting that in the back of the knee, up into the hip, the thigh, around your buttock, stride length and accessing lower levels. And ease on out. Let's swap sides. So a good long stretch, really isn't that long, of about 20 to 30 seconds. Take it all the way from slump if you like, and then you can really feel the difference as you progress your way through into your best posture, hinging from the hips rather than rounding through the spine. And that just tries to take the hip away from the back of the knee to lengthen the muscles all around those areas. Use your breathing just to help the muscles try and let go a little bit of the grip that they've got on each other. And come back through. Now if you are staying in seated, keep your leg out there, pull the toes back and sit tall. Job done there, into a calf stretch. Calf stretch for standing. If you want to boost yourself up, you may want to have some foot pedals at the top end here. External support, useful to have that in front of you or possibly to the side of you. For better balance, feet on tram lines rather than a tight rope. Front leg bent, leave the heel behind you. Lot of dancing on Friday night at the Cavern Club. My calves needed these stretches. There we go. Swapping sides then. Take as many adjustments and movements that you need to get the position right here. Push the heel away from you. Lean it in, bend it in through the front knee. And there we have your seated version as well. Okay. There we go. How's that for you? A couple of extra stretches you could crowbar into your day, depending on where you are, what you're doing, what you've been doing, what you're planning to do. But there you go. There you have it, everybody. Your 4 p.m. for today. Job done. Bex and I will be seeing you. I don't know who's doing what yet. We are yet to discuss that. And then we'll be heading to Amsterdam next week. So we'll see you in Amsterdam at some point next week. Enjoy your evening and enjoy the England game if you're tuning in tonight. I might put my horrible shirt on that everybody hates, the red one, just to annoy people in my house. Right, everyone, enjoy, and I'll catch you tomorrow.